I lead a housing staff network of domestic abuse champions. We have staff from a range of different teams, including homelessness, rents, and tenancy management. As domestic abuse is not just physical, financial abuse, coercive control, and online stalking and harassment are also important for our staff to understand. This is why Housing is reinvesting in a domestic abuse training program for staff. This is ahead of our DAHA re-accreditation in June of this year, as tackling domestic abuse is everyone's responsibility.
In my current role, my teams are working on our estates daily and often build a great rapport with residents. Our team members have an important role to play in identifying any signs of domestic abuse and to be confident in reporting these to the right supporting agencies. Signs of domestic abuse can be of any shouting or banging or an aggressive language that may be coming from a property. Being a domestic abuse lead means I can spread awareness in our teams and keeping domestic abuse awareness at the forefront of our minds.
I became a DLE because I know it's an issue that affects lots of our residents. It's one of the leading causes of homelessness in Waltham Forest, and I want us to have a service that's first of all approachable. People feel they can come to us with whether they be survivors or witnesses of domestic abuse, that they can come and speak to us about it, and that when they do approach us, that we're empathetic and sympathetic to situations, that our staff are knowledgeable, and ultimately and most importantly, we can help them get to a better place.
I became a domestic abuse lead to ensure that residents receive the best support possible. My main role as antisocial behaviour lead for housing is to oversee the handling of domestic abuse cases and to ensure that officers follow the correct guidelines and procedures.
One aspect of my role involves managing the support provided to older vulnerable residents living in sheltered housing. Our older residents can be particularly vulnerable to domestic abuse due to generational attitudes and lack of understanding about abuse, resulting in them being less likely to identify their situation as being abusive. As a DA lead, I can not only recognise signs of abuse, but help older people identify abusive relationships, let them know that there's help available, and refer them to specialist support agencies such as Solace Women's Aid.
Being a DA lead means I can help my colleagues in the rent team spot the signs for domestic abuse. For example, often residents who find themselves in rent arrears can also be experiencing other issues such as domestic abuse or financial control. And it's very important that I understand how this impacts their ability to manage their rent account and other bills. By helping other colleagues build up a knowledge base, identifying the signs and understanding of domestic abuse, we can then help signpost residents to supporting agencies and other resources that are available.
My role can be challenging at times, but seeing great outcomes for survivors, for example, such as our recent pilot project with Furnishing Futures and Peabody, where one family said their new home feels like happiness, makes everything worth it.